Hey everyone, Celeste. Today I wanted to film a book tag that I made, an original book tag. So what happened was I was looking up book tags, right? Like, oh, what's something I could do, a fun something or other. And the end of the year ones were okay, but like I just wasn't really feeling them. And I thought, 2020 has been a year. So I thought, how would the book tag be if I was like thinking specifically about 2020? So I came up with like 6 questions, not very long, and it's focused around 2020. So there's that. So I will put the questions, like text of the questions, down below, and if you want to do this tag, go ahead. I would love to see, and comment, like give me a link in the comment, because I would love to see what other people's responses would be to this. So we're thinking, I call this, the end of 2020 book tag. And so I'm thinking of books that I've read in 2020. Okay. First one is what I call the pre-quarantine favorite, right? Towards the latter part of March, they sent us home from school and we had to do things virtually. I'm a teacher. And so, like we were quarantining hardcore. And so like I was thinking, what is my favorite book before all of that, right? When I was like, oh, it's a regular year. I was thinking of all the other things. And so, my favorite book before quarantining this year would have to be Scythe. I read the entire Arc of the Scythe trilogy in the first section of this year. I read this last January. So, and I immediately loved it. So pre-quarantine, and I've read a lot of good books this year, but when it's a floppy paperback, nice. I've read some really good books this year, but yeah, this one, I started off the year right in January reading that. Okay, so that was question number 1. Question number 2. I call this one the toilet paper replacement. Okay, I'm not advocating for anyone to tear up their books and use it as toilet paper, but like in April or whatever, everybody started buying up all the toilet paper, and it was a weird time. Like this, virus that has like these respiratory symptoms, and everybody's buying, butt wipe. But anyway, so the question for this is, what was a book that you hated? Like, and if you came to it, right, and then, the toilet paper famine, and you just had to do that, which one would it be, right? Of the books that you read in 2020. And so for me, the very worst books that I read were through like Kindle Unlimited, right? So I couldn't use them. So I looked to the physical books that I read that I did not care for. And so this wasn't the worst, but I say he, like the book has a gender. It didn't make the cut. So when I read Bird Box, I was a fan. And so like part of me fanning is to buy other books by authors, like support them. And so I bought Black Mad Wheel, and the cover's nice. It's not terribly long. God, I don't know. It didn't come together for me. So when I got to the end, I think I looked over my Goodreads review and I said, what did I just read? What happened? It was weird. It was weird. It was weird. So like if the toilet paper famine happened, and I would like okay, moving on. Question number 3. Is what I call the not a good time book. Like sometimes it's not the book, it's us as readers. And like, so this question is like, was there a book that you didn't start or that you DNF'd because it had content, tropes, theme, something that made you uncomfortable? Like, just, it's not a good time to read that particular book because of. So for me, and I think for quite a few people, but for me, that would be books that would have, you know, pandemics in them. Like, I know, like, it's shocking. I hope you were sitting for that. And I've read books that have that as a major part. Like, I read Station 11. I read The Dog Stars. Like, I read The Stand way back when I was in high school. So yeah, but like, so one book that I have on my shelf that I'm purposely not going to read for a while, I think, is Lock In by John Scalzi. And I love John Scalzi. He's great. His writing is great. I've read other books of his, and I will keep reading his books. But this particular book, not right now. It has to do with a virus, and for most people that get it, they just have, like, I don't know, flu-like symptoms. But for some people, like a small percentage of people get locked in, meaning that they are awake and aware, like they know what's going on, but they can't react. It's like they're in a, I don't know, it's like a kind of like those stories they say about anesthesia where like you're awake. Oh, yeah. But the fact that it's like spreading in that way, I can't, y'all. I can't. And really, any other books that would have like a lot of maybe illness, I don't know if I would be. It's just, I can't. Call me sensitive. Okay, so let's move on to the book that I call The Face Mask, right? And you know, The Face Mask is sort of like a play on this idea that the book was so good you just couldn't put it down. It was like in your face. It could be your face mask. You couldn't put it down. And for me, I read several, but for me, I have to mention Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Like, I was like, for real, y'all, I was like, I don't recommend it. You should wear a real face mask, but you know, for like the tag. But it was just paced really well, and it was creepy, and it was like, is this? And I enjoyed how the chapters shifted from the book that the father had written and then to the daughters and the history or pseudo history of the house, you know, whatever's going on. I was there for it. I really enjoyed it. I read it in just a few days, and I'm a slow reader, so it takes me a while. Okay, so that was a face mask book. So question number 5, okay? The something to look forward to book, right? Like, I've spent a lot of this year trying to look on the bright side of things, right? Like, I was like joking with some students. I was like, yeah, we got to wear these face masks, right? And like, I know it's hard to understand what I'm saying under it sometimes. And I was like, but if you get food in your teeth, no one will see it. Or if you have a bat in the cave, no one will see it. If you have a zit, no one will see it. And so, like, trying to look for, you know, I don't know, something positive, right? So the something to look forward to book is a 2020 release that you were looking forward to, right? And for me, that would have to be, and I think other people will agree with me on this. Like, I don't think I'm unique in this. Da-dum. Oh, look at oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love V.E. Schwab, and I have been reading V.E. Schwab books for a while. And so, like, they're like all these new readers that are like, oh, this book is so great. And I'm like, girl, it's been great. You just didn't know. So I was looking forward to this. And so you can see I chose it as my book of the month, right? And it's so pretty. Oh, so love it. Okay, last question. Last question is The Great Escape, right? And so a lot of people are sort of, we get stressed out. We've got to have a little escapism, right? We're watching a lot of Netflix. We are, you know, reading things that take us and let us kind of get away, right? In our minds. Like Not physically get away because we're like in our houses, but there's a way we could get. And so what book provided you with a little escapism when you needed it? And I'm actually still reading this, so it's like carrying in. But for me, when I think of escapism, I think high fantasy. Now the other escapism would be romance, and I have read a lot of romance this year, but yeah, high fantasy. So da-da-da-da. I've read Brandon Sanderson before, but I was reading like a YA or children's lit thing that he wrote. This I decided I needed to take the plunge. Like I needed to like chonky one. And you see, I'm not super far, but when I sit down and read, I'll like knock out a big honking chunk of pages. So escapism, right? It's a whole other world, and a whole other like set of rules and magic and just yeah, right? So okay, that was my tag. I wrote it, so I hope you like it. I don't mean to like trivialize anything about this year, but it has been memorable. I hope that we can all like, I don't know, agree on that at least. And like I feel it, like I feel it so much in my heart, and just so anyway. Hey, hope that you're doing well. So if you want to do the tag, I'll leave the text down below. Feel free to do the tag, and tag me. Give me a link in the comments if you do it so that I can see what you said. All right. So thanks for coming, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.